Okay, we're going to begin right away in seated meditation, just so we can really set intention and connect to the support of the ground. We're going to start right away in a seated meditation, so we can right away settle into our space, into this present moment, and set intention. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, finding a shape that allows your pelvis to really ground down into the earth. It allows you to lengthen up through your spine. So the crown of your head extends towards the sky. Your shoulders slide back and down. As you relax your jaw, begin to turn all of your focus to your breath. It's beginning to notice the movement of inhale and the movement of your exhale. As you continue to watch and follow the breath as it travels in and out of your body. When you're ready to deepen your breath, start to expand each inhale. And start to lengthen every exhale. As you deepen your breath, at every cycle of breath, bring you more and more into this moment, noticing the sensations of your body, the feelings that are present at your heart, whatever thoughts are arising within your mind. And as you work to lean back in your awareness, so much so that you can feel your thoughts and watch your thoughts from a distance. And then be in the mindful observation of each passing thought as it travels through. You can start to notice the patterns of your mind, the places that your mind tends to wander most frequently, maybe the tone of thoughts that move most commonly through your mind. And it's through this understanding, as we get to know the habit patterns of our mind, that we can begin to question ourselves and our core beliefs and ask ourselves, is this true? Is this thought moving through my mind true? Or is this maybe something that needs to be revised or set aside altogether? And it's only from this place of heightened awareness we can really begin that process of discernment, going through thoughts, the stories, the beliefs that shape each moment of our day as we move through the world. And we begin to rewrite those narratives. So with the intention of being curious, the intention of paying attention to our minds as we move, the intention of being open to writing a new narrative. Let's bring both hands to our hearts, connecting to our heart space. Let's take 3 rounds of cleansing breath. Go ahead and take a really deep breath in through your nose. And as you're ready, an open mouth exhale to release. Again, take a deep breath in through your nose. And a clearing exhale, let it go. One more time, deep breath in. And a cleansing breath out. And start to find your way onto your back body, making your way into a full body stretch. So starting to reach your hands up overhead. To go out to lengthen from your fingertips to your toes. Might circle your ankles, your wrists. And as you're ready, start to bring both of your knees into your body. As you draw your thighs in, go ahead and start to rock a little bit from left to right, just checking in with your spine. And then we'll start to settle at center and release your hands on your right shin and extend your left leg out across the earth. As you find when you're moving pose, stretch your tailbone forward, pull your right leg close, take an inhale. And then on your exhale, find your supine twist. Your right knee is going to tip across your body. Let your right shoulder get heavy towards the earth. And from your supine twist, take your time to roll onto your back body. Reach your right leg to the sky for a hamstring stretch. And as you do so, you're going to decide if you'd like to keep your left leg long, or if it would feel better to bend your left knee and place your left foot to the earth. So left knee bent will take away some of the intensity through the hamstring stretch at the back of your right leg. Left leg long will increase the intensity. So taking a moment to make a decision of what feels best in your body today. And you can point, flex, and circle through your right ankle if you'd like. You can also take your right leg a little bit from side to side. You cross your right leg over the midline towards the left side of your body. You might get a little bit more sensation to the outside of your leg. And then take one more inhale here. Start to flex your right heel up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, figure for your right ankle on your left thigh. Your right knee open away from you. And then you'll either keep your left foot on the earth or start to bring that whole figure forward to your body, reaching around your left leg. If you have a thread the needle variation where your hands reach around your left leg, you're energetically drawing your left leg towards you as you continue to encourage your right leg forward and away. Take one more breath in. Then on your exhale, release your right leg out across the earth. When you're moving, pose second side. Bring your left knee to your left shoulder and interlace your hands on your left shin. Lengthening through your spine, take a big breath here. And then as you breathe out, supine twist, left knee reaches across your body. Putting a big spinal rotation at your center. And then from here, just like we did before, roll onto your back body, lengthen your left leg up to the ceiling for your hamstring stretch. And decide where you want your right foot in space. So right knee bent or right leg long. You might start to explore with your left toes. Just noticing how the different angles that you create in your ankle will create different sensations down your left leg. You can go side to side, a little bit from left to right. Then take one more breath in here. Start to extend your left heel up to the ceiling. And as you're ready, figure 4, left ankle will stack on top of your right thigh. Either place your right foot to the earth or reach your hands around your right hamstring. As you open up through your left hip, movement or stillness, eyes can be opened or closed. We'll be here for about one more cycle of breath. And then starting to move to our core connection. Keep your right knee bent, but place your right foot to the earth if it's lifted. Extend your left leg up to the sky, and then take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Now, as we move through this core connection, you're going to pull your navel actively to your spine so that your low back is completely anchored to the earth the whole time. You're going to be pressing down through your right foot to help light up your belly even more, and then your left leg will be the moving leg. So when you're ready, navel to spine, front ribs draw in, press through your right foot to help pull your navel down. We're going to use the entire length of your inhale to start to slowly lower your left leg down towards a hover. Feeling that engagement, your belly. On your exhale, start to bend your left knee to your chest. Push down through your right foot and twist your right elbow or right shoulder energetically to your left thigh. Now on your inhale, you're going to send your left foot forward again, back to like a low diagonal or hover. Bring your head through center. Your head and shoulders can be lifted or lowered between movements. On your exhale, slowly lift your left leg up to the sky again to complete the round. I'll take it 2 more times. We're going to inhale, left leg lowers, slowly pull your navel down. On your exhale, press through your right foot as you bend your left thigh in and rotate your right shoulder in the direction of your left thigh. With your inhale, you're going to send your left foot forward, bring your heart back through center. And exhale, navel to spine, left leg lifts up to the ceiling. And one more time here, inhale, left leg lowers, slow and control. On your exhale, bend through your left knee, push through your right foot and twist. Right elbow towards left thigh. On your inhale, re-extend your left leg forward, bring your heart to center. Navel pulls down and exhale your left leg up to the ceiling. Go ahead and release and relax. Bring your knees to your chest for a moment. Take a really big breath in through your nose. And then let's open mouth, exhale, release that breath away. Making your way into second side, you're going to reach your right leg up to the ceiling. And then left knee is bent, land your left foot down to the earth. Start to pull your navel down to your spine, hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Now you're wanting to keep your low back rooted to the earth, your front ribs drawn in. And we're going to use the left foot to light up our core even more. So on your next inhale, right leg's going to lower slowly. Keep pulling your navel down. Then on your exhale, start to bend your right knee into your body. Push down through your left foot and use your core to twist your left elbow towards your right thigh. On your inhale, push your right foot forward. Bring your heart back to center. Again, head and shoulders can be lifted or lowered. And on your exhale, right leg's lifting up to the ceiling. And we go again. Inhale, right leg lowers with control, navel to spine. On your exhale, press to your left foot as you bend your right knee in and twist. Inhale, reach your right leg forward slowly, bring your chest through center. Navel to spine. We exhale, right leg to the sky. One more round. We'll inhale our right leg down towards maybe a hover, navel pulls in tightly. As you exhale, press through your left foot, bend your right thigh into your body and twist. Left elbow reaches across. Inhale your right foot forward, heart comes back to center. On your exhale, reach your right leg to the sky. And then release and relax, knees to chest. Take a nice big breath in. And an open mouth exhale out. And then we're going to make our way to our tabletop pose. So go ahead and start to find your way up to all fours. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists, hips right above your knees. Great space between your fingers. And then inhale to a cow shape. Begin to lift your heart, lift your tailbone tall. Now on your exhale, we're going to go to our cat pose, rounding our spines. Back of the heart lifts up to the ceiling, head hangs heavy, tailbone tucks. At the same time, start to reach your hips back towards your heels. With your breath in, you're going to bend your elbows, look forward. Think about scooping your chest along the earth. Your heart's not going to actually touch the ground, but you're going to bend your elbows. Heart scoops forward and through into your cow pose again. So we have this flowing cat-cow. We'll take 2 more rounds. As we exhale, it's cat pose. Head heavy, reach your hips back to your heels. On your inhale, bend your elbows, scoop your heart forward and through. One more time, exhale, cat pose. Round your spine, reach your hips back. On your inhale, bend your elbows, scoop forward into your cow pose. And then start to find just a neutral tabletop. Moving into our tabletop gecko pose, take your hands wider than your yoga mat and come to your fingertips. You're going to shift your heart forward and then bend at your elbows, sliding your elbows to stack over your wrists. Your heart's diving down to the earth. Draw your shoulders out of your ears. Press down with your fingertips and then think about pressing your left elbow to the left and your right elbow to the right side of the room. And from here, you're going to inhale to lift your chest up. On your exhale, dip your right shoulder to the midline of your yoga mat and twist your heart and your gaze over to the left. So again, shoulders out of ears, your elbows are over your wrists and reaching wide. Collarbones are open across your chest. You'll inhale back up through center, press the earth away. As you exhale, second side, dip your left shoulder into the midline and twist and gaze over to the right. From here, go ahead and breathe in, lift back up. On your out breath, you're going to walk your hands forward this time. You can stand your fingertips so you can drop to your palms. And then you're going to dive your forehead or your chest down to the earth, coming into your puppy pose, Anahatasana. From this big heart opening stretch, you're going to push into your hands, start to lift your chest back up. Then walk your hands underneath your shoulders for your tabletop pose. Go ahead and tuck your toes underneath as you inhale, and then hover your knees just above the ground with your exhale. So in your hovering tabletop shape. Start to find your breath again, taking a really slow and intentional inhale. And a slow and steady exhale. Actively push the earth away with your hands, pull your navel to your spine, Take one more breath in. And then on your out breath, downward facing dog, press your pelvis up and back. Relax the weight of your skull. And an external rotation through your upper arm bone. So you're spiraling your biceps in towards your ears and then up towards the sky. Like you're trying to rotate your bicep to point to the ceiling. You can soften through your knees or find a little bit of pedal action through your feet to help open up through your hamstrings and lengthen your spine. And then once you've taken a moment just to check in with your downward facing dog, go ahead and walk forward into your forward fold at the top of your yoga mat. Let your knees soften and fold forward. And just take a breath here. Maybe you sway a little bit from side to side or forward and back. And then with softness in your knees, on your next breath in, start to create a halfway lift. Lengthen out from the crown of your head to your tailbone, pull your navel to your spine, shoulders out of ears, and exhale, forward fold, release. With a deep breath in, we'll rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, big circle seat to the sky. And on your exhale, forward fold, soften with your knees and hinge forward at your hips. Breathe in to lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And on your exhale, step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat, so you're in a low lunge. We're gonna lower our left knee all the way down. Press through your right foot and lift through your heart in your hands. Think about pulling your front ribs to the back of your body so you can get a deeper stretch to the front of your left hip. Now adding a side bend here, you're gonna let your right hand fall towards the earth. Then reach your left hand up and overhead, so you're leaning to the right side of the room. You're creating a big stretch through your left side body. Creating space between your the lowest left ribs and your upper pelvis on the left side. So it's less about reaching through your fingertips, it's more about creating that space between your upper half and your lower half. We'll inhale back through center, send both hands high. On your exhale, bring your hands to the earth. Lift your back knee and then lengthen both of your legs. So you're in a hamstring stretch, your cat lunge. Think tailbone tall to the sky, feel your heart reaching forward. And then from here, you'll bend into your right knee. Go ahead and step back into your high plank pose. Right foot meets your left. Getting strong through your plank, take a slow breath in. And a slow exhale. When you're ready, inhale to shift forward. With your exhale, you're gonna slow motion lower all the way to your belly, using the strength of your center, your thighs, your arms to release. Untuck your toes and then inhale to your low cobra. And spinal muscles are gonna lift your heart up. So think about those muscles that are lining your spine as the energy to lift your chest. You can extra inhale. And exhale to lower down. Now take your hands wider than your yoga mat. We're gonna find that same gecko pose, but from our bellies. So hands are wide, you're gonna tent your fingertips. Actively slide your shoulders back out of your ears and slide your elbows over your wrists. We'll inhale to lift up your chest. Then you push through your fingertips. Pull your heart forward. And on your exhale, lower back down. And one more time like that, inhale, gecko pose. Lift up through your heart any amount. It doesn't matter how high you lift. You want to listen to your low back. And then exhale, release back down. Hands by your low ribs. We'll inhale to an upward facing dog. Feel free to go to a cobra instead. Just creating a big heart opening. And then downward facing dog as you're ready, hips to the sky. And from here, we're going to inhale, lift our heels. Exhale, forward fold. You can step or hop to the top of your yoga mat. With soft knees, let your head hang heavy for a moment. And then inhale to your halfway lift. On your exhale, forward fold release. And with your next breath in, rise all the way to stand Urdhva Hastasana. With your exhalation, forward fold, hinging at your hips back to the earth. Breathe in to lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale your right foot to the back of your yoga mat. You'll release your right knee to the ground. Press your strong legs to lift your heart and hands. So you're creating a really intentional container at the center of your body. You're going to pull your front ribs in. And then from here, let your left hand fall towards the earth. Reach your right hand up and overhead for a side body stretch. So again, we're thinking less about reaching through our right fingertips, and we're thinking more about lifting our lowest right ribs off of the right side of our pelvis. Use an inhale to rise back up through center, reach both hands high. With exhale, we're going to cat lunge. Hands to the earth, lift your back knee and lengthen both of your legs. Now think about hugging your left hip crease back in space as you hug your right hip forward. So it's like you're plugging your left thigh bone into your pelvis. Left hip crease is going back and in. Right hip crease is forward and into the midline. So we also have this integration to center that's happening at the same time. But from here, bend into your left knee. High plank pose, go ahead and step back. Pause for your inhale, nice and strong. And stay as you exhale. Moving with your breath, breathe in to shift forward. Lower halfway or all the way chaturanga. Open your heart, up dog or cobra. Full in breath. And then on your exhale, start to find your way to downward facing dog. Hips make their way to the sky. And take a big breath in through your nose. And then maybe an open mouth exhale, letting go. Then inhale your right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. With your exhale, you're going to bend your knee and open your hips, so like a dog at a fire hydrant. And think about keeping your shoulders square to the earth. Use the strength of your right glute to lift your right knee up to the sky, and you're energetically opening your hips to the right side of the room. From here, we're going to take a big step forward. Right foot finds the top of your yoga mat. Then with strong legs, steady pelvis, root through your feet and rise up. High crescent lunge, big breath in. Now on your exhale, we're going to take an open arm twist to the right. So your right hand's going to sweep down and back, reach your left hand forward. Rotate your palms to face the right side of the room. Think about pressing the back of your right hand to the wall that's behind your heart. Now keeping the twist, we're going to inhale to our exalted crescent. So we keep the twist, our left hand's reaching up to the ceiling. Right hand can drape low, maybe right hand reaches to your left hamstring. Now on your exhale, we're going to keep the twist. Super slow motion. We're going to reach forward with our left fingertips. We're going to tip into a twisted low lunge. So left hand will come to the earth. Right hand reaches to the sky. Turn your sternum up to the ceiling, deepening your twist as you inhale. On your exhale, release your right hand to the ground. Turn all 10 toes to the left side of your yoga mat. So you're facing the long edge. And bend your left knee for your side lunge. This is a lateral lunge or skandasana. So you can stay high in your side lunge, or you can sink low into your skandasana and flex your right toes to the ceiling. Let's take an extra inhale here, lengthening through your spine. Then as we exhale, it's low lunge to the back of our yoga mat. We're going to turn all 10 toes to the back of our mat. And then dip your right knee to a hover, so you're in a cow lunge. Right knee hovers above the earth. Pull your heart forward and through. Big breath in. As we exhale, lean into your left foot. Gentle standing splits and your right toes to the sky. So you can bend your left knee a little bit or a lot here. Let your head hang heavy. Reach your right toes away from your body and then up to the sky. It doesn't matter how high your right leg goes, you're finding squareness to your pelvis. So your right hip is square with your left. Then take one more inhale. With our exhale, we're moving to chair pose. Make sure that you bend both of your knees here to support your low back. You're gonna land your right foot to the earth, sink your seat low, and then press through your feet to lift your heart and hands. Front ribs draw in, your seat is strong, and then airplane your arms beside you. If it's available and you would like to, you're gonna interlace your hands behind you, taking your right thumb on top of your left. And keep your front ribs drawing in as you spread your collarbones wide. Full inhale here. On your exhale, you keep the bend as you forward fold. Relax the weight of your head, and then think about lifting the heads of your shoulders up away from your ears, and then taking your hands overhead. Take one more breath in. Then your exhale, release your hands down to the earth. Inhale to a halfway lift. As you breathe out, you're going to step your feet back into a high plank pose. We're going to go high plank. Good. Take an inhale here. And then you choose Vinyasa or down dog as you exhale. So finding your way through a transition that feels true for your body. As you return to our downward facing dog, we're going to inhale our left leg to the sky, three-legged. With your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. You can take a moment here, squaring your shoulders down to the earth. Then find that twist from the waistline. Energize your left glute to create that openness through your left hip. Big breath in. Go ahead and step your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. And once you're ready, high crescent lunge, leading with your heart, root through your feet and rise up, big breath in. And from here, open arm twist to the left hand sweeps down and back as your right fingertips extend forward. And rotate your palms to face the left side of the room. And you're gonna press the back of your left hand to the wall that's behind you. Really tall for the crown of your head. On your inhale, exalt, so keeping the twist. Right hand reaches high, you're energetically lifting your ribcage away from your pelvis. On your exhale, keep the twist. Reach forward, 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 and slowly down to the earth. Twisted low lunge. Right hand comes down, and we rotate our chest to the ceiling. Big breath in. With your exhale, release your left hand to the mat. Turn all 10 toes to the right and bend your right knee so you're in a side lunge, leaning towards the front of your yoga mat again. Again, this can be side lunge or this can be skandasana, either one. Take a deep inhale. And with our exhale, we're going to rotate to the right, low lunge to the top of our yoga mat. Left knee hovers to a cow lunge. Heart stretches forward, big breath in. Make your way into your standing splits when you're ready. Press through your right foot and sweep your left toes to the sky. So again, you can soften with your right knee. You can let your head be heavy here. You can even use your right hand to reach up to your sacrum to feel how square your pelvis is. Sometimes the hips have a mind of their own. And then from here, just take one more big breath in. And we'll exhale to our chair pose. So bending both of your knees, especially your right knee, you're going to step down into your seat. Once your pelvis is low, press your feet. Let your glutes support the lift of your heart and hands. We'll airplane our arms back beside us. Navel to spine. Interlace your hands, maybe left thumb goes on top. So this bind is optional. And spread your collarbones wide if you have it. Elbows can be bent or arms can be long. Take a nice full breath in and forward fold with your exhale. So again, you can keep or release the bind here in your forward fold, maybe finding the shoulder roots shape. Take an inhale here. Your exhale, release your hands to the earth. Breath in to lengthen halfway. And on your breath out, high plank pose, step back. Use your inhale to shift forward. Exhale, Vinyasa or down dog. And making the decision to travel through a flow or just to lift your hips up and back. And we're going to take one more standing layer of flow here. As you're ready, inhale your right leg to the sky, find your three-legged dog. With your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Option to stay here. Option for wild thing, maybe staying long with your left leg. You tip onto the outside of your left foot and into your left hand. As your right tippy toes find the earth, reach your right hand overhead, creating a big back bend. From here, three-legged dog, release your right hand down to the ground and inhale your right leg up to the ceiling. With your exhale, right into your left tricep, cross it underneath your body. Falling triangle, thread your right leg through, and then spinning open to the left, let your left heel land to the earth. Left hand reaches to the sky, big breath in. We return to our three-legged dog one more time. Left hand lands. Use your inhale to reach your right leg to the ceiling. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Strong through your legs, high crescent lunge. Breathe in to rise up. And your exhale, hands to heart, option to sink your left knee to a hover. And then keeping your left knee hovered if that feels true for your body, you can always lift your back knee back up. You can always lower your left knee to the earth. We're going to reach our hands to the sky with an inhale. Just like before, open arm twist to the right as we exhale. Right hand sweeps down and back. Left hand reaches forward. Keep the twist. Breathe in to exalt. Left hand to the ceiling. Tailbones lengthening towards the ground. On exhale, we'll meet in a prayer twist. So left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Lift and lengthen to the back of your left leg. Press your palms together to twist deeply. And really pressing through your strong feet, active through your core. Take your time to root to rise back to your crescent lunge. That's a big push. Try not to use momentum as you rise up. And then into your warrior two, left heel peels open. From your warrior two, breathe into a star pose, turn your toes forward, reach both hands high. On your exhale, you're gonna cross your hands in front of your face, drawing this big circle sweep action with your arms. Warrior to the back of the room, turn your left toes to the back and bend your left knee. We'll inhale to reverse your warrior, left hand reaches tall. And exhale, low lunge. Bring your hands down in front of your left foot. As you do so, unhook your right heel. Let your right knee come to a hover cow lunge with your inhale, open your chest. And into your standing splits as you exhale, lean into your left foot, and then breathe your right toes up to the sky. Maybe you open your hip this time if you'd like to. You can bend your right heel to your seat, so it's like a standing split at a fire hydrant. Take a nice big breath in. Again, mindful in transition. Bend both of your knees. As you square your hip, you're stepping into your chair pose. Right foot finds the earth. Sink low through your seat. And inhale to rise and reach up. With your exhale, airplane your arms beside you. Lean into your left foot and come to your right tippy toes. You to pull your navel to your spine by pressing your left foot more firmly into the earth, so using the earth as leverage to light up your core. Flamingo your right heel to your seat, so just finding a little hamstring curl, start to lift your right foot up. From here, press down to fly, airplane pose. And then in your airplane pose, you can just pause as you are. If you wanted to, maybe interlace your right thumb on top of your left. Finding your chest expansion bind. And when you're ready, we're going back to our Crescent Lunge. Slowly start to step your right toes to the earth. Releasing your hands, inhale your hands to the sky. On your exhale, goddess your arms. So think about lifting your sternum up as your elbows go wide. Big breath in, reach your hands to the ceiling. On your exhale, hands find the earth. Step back into your high plank pose. Left foot meets your right. Full inhale. Vinyasa or down dog as you exhale. Okay, we're just gonna make our way through second side, and then we're gonna bring it down to the back body. So take a big breath in. And when you're ready, an open mouth exhale out. Please inhale your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. On your out breath, bend your knee and open your hip. Stay or wild thing, you have the option to tip into your heart opening. Full inhale here. On exhale, we return to three-legged dog. Use your core to keep your hips high. As your left hand lands and you breathe your left leg up to the sky. Left knee, right tricep, cross underneath your body. Fall in triangle, thread your left leg through, and open up right hand to the sky, right heel to the earth. Deep inhale. Back to our three-legged dog, release your right hand. Breathe your left leg up to the ceiling. And then step your left foot forward to the top. Moving to your high crescent lunge, take your time, let your hips get low, and then root to rise with your inhale. Hands to heart, option to dip your right into a hover as you exhale. And then again, making a mindful choice. If that hover feels true for you, you can keep it. We're gonna inhale our hands to the sky. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left hand sits down and back. Keep your twist and inhale to exalt, right hand to the sky. Lift and lengthen into your purr twist. Right knee lifts up as you tip forward. Rotate your body. So your heart is turning to your thumbs. You're pressing your hands together. Right hip bone is high though, we're still buoyant through the right side of the body. Now pressing through your feet. High crescent lunge. Slowly start to root to rise with your inhale. And into warrior two. Right heel rotates down. We'll take that circle sweep switch. So as you inhale, start pose, rise up, turn your toes facing forward. On your exhale, your hands will circle sweep in front of your face. Warrior to the front, right toes turn and right knee bends. Breathe in to reverse your warrior, right hand's going to the sky. And exhale to your low lunge. Bring your hands down to straighten your right foot. So as you unhook your left heel, left knee hovers to a cow lunge. Take a really big breath in. Find your standing splits for a moment. Press your right foot, lift your left leg high. Just take an inhale. If you want to, you can bend your knee and open your hip here. But again, we're moving to our chair pose. So bend through both knees. As you square your hips, you're stepping into your seat. Our breath in will lift us up. And then airplane your arms as you breathe out. Transfer your energy to your right foot. Start to come to left tippy toes. Remember to recruit your core here by pressing more firmly through your right foot as you pull your navel to your spine. Flamingo your left heel to your seat. And start to fly back into your airplane pose. If you'd like to, you can interlace your hands behind you, left thumb on top. Bring that chest expansion bind. Think about a proud heart space here, whether you have your hands bound or not. Slow and strong, we're going to our Crescent Lunge. Begin to release your left toes to the earth. Deep breath in, reach your heart and hands to the ceiling. And exhale, goddess arms, rib cage lifts up as your elbows slide open. Breathe in, stretch your fingertips to the sky. And exhale your hands to the earth. As you step back into a high plank pose, take a big breath in. You can either choose to take a flow. You can go straight back to downward facing dog if you want. Whatever shape you need to take, whatever combination of shapes you need to take, we'll meet in a child's pose when you're ready. We're taking one more flow if you'd like, otherwise finding your way to child's pose. Once you've taken a moment in child's pose, maybe grab a sip of water, we're going to transition to the back body. So scooch forward to the top of your yoga mat. And then you can either choose to lower down with control, maybe using heel anchors, or you can hug your knees in and just relax back to the earth. So it's up to you. If you're choosing to use your core and use your heel anchors, as you bend your knees and flex your heels into the earth, you're feeling that connection between your body strength and the contact between your heels and the ground. So you want to use your core to root your heels actively into the earth. Breathing in, reach up. On your exhale, navel to spine, and slowly start to roll back. Keep pulling your navel in. Keep pressing your heels into the ground. You can use your hands for counterbalance eventually, but think about pulling your chest through your biceps. And then we'll meet eventually on the back body. Maybe take a full body stretch. And a really deep inhale. And then let's open mouth, exhale to release. Start to bend your knees, placing your feet about hips distance apart. We'll sit up for a bridge pose. As you press through your feet, take a big breath in. With your exhale, lift your pelvis to the sky. And you're rooting through your feet to find that lift through your hips. But you're not only prioritizing the height of your hips, you're thinking about the length of your spine. So you're trying to lengthen through your front body and your back body. And you're trying to strengthen your front body and your back body. But you're also thinking about this integration to the center of your body. So imagine your left and your right sides hugging to the midline to create this strong connection to center and stability. Take one more big breath in. And then with your exhale, gently start to lower down. And your hips arrive to the earth. You might take a couple of windshield wipers from side to side. And then from here, we'll bring our knees into our chest. And we'll meet in a happy baby pose. So you can reach your hands up to your ankles or the insides or outsides of your feet. Feel free to extend one or both legs here, lengthening through your spine. Now, if you want to stay here, you can stay here. Otherwise, we'll be moving into a plow pose. So for plow, with your knees to your chest, you're going to press the backs of your arms into the earth like a bridge pose. You're going to look up to the sky to make sure your neck is really long and neutral. And a little bit of momentum is fine here using your core to tuck. You're going to press to the backs of your arms, tuck your hips in, and boost your feet overhead. So you're trying to land your feet towards the earth, the back of your yoga mat. You're lifting your hips up to the sky and you're creating this really big stretch through the back of your body, the back of your heart space. And whether you're in a plow pose or a happy baby, feel free to explore variations. Feel free to continue in a different direction, like if you want to go to a shoulder stand or ear pinning pose. You want to take some other shape along the way. But over the next 3 cycles of breath, we're going to be making our way into a butterfly shape, Supta Baddha Konasana. So take a moment just to be here or to start to transition when you're ready. Just make sure that you're using the strength of your core to slowly lower you down, giving your spine some time to recalibrate. Bent knees, eventually place your feet to the earth. Give yourself a second. If you want to, you can do some really, really slow and gentle windshield wipers. And then, like I said, we'll be meeting on our butterfly shape. So bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open wide. If the butterfly shape feels too intense for what your body needs in this moment, or if it's creating compression through your low back, you can do the opposite, which is a fallen bridge. And you'd walk your feet out wide and then let your knees knock together instead. Take one more deep breath in. And one more open mouth exhale out. Start to gather your knees into your chest. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees, taking a big breath in again. With your breath out, you're either going to release into Shavasana, allowing your arms and legs to go long. Or if there's a final shape or movement that you wanted to add in, give yourself a moment to incorporate that before you settle into rest. And these last 2 minutes of our practice are just an opportunity for us to settle into stillness and the awareness of our bodies, our breath, and whatever is moving through our hearts and minds. So leaning back into the seat, mindful observer. Lean back and notice without judgment, without filtering what we choose to acknowledge. We practice just being present with whatever chooses to show up. Starting to come back to the awareness of breath and body. And maybe noticing where your mind drifted, if it did. Letting that be information for you about you. And we practice slowing down, making space, and noticing, we can start to become more aware of the habit patterns of our minds. It is with that awareness that we can create shift and change and revise the stories that are operating in the background that influence every moment of every day, our actions. So coming back to your breath, you might stay exactly as you are. You might start to bring some movement into your body if you're ready to reawaken. It would feel good to explore a full body stretch. On your inhale, start to reach your hands up overhead. And with your exhale, you can either bring your hands to your heart and close your practice from your back body, resting on the earth. Or you can take a moment to tip over to either side, maybe tipping over to your left side or your right side through fetal pose before you press your way up to a comfortable seat. It's from a moment of pause, a moment of intentional connection that we close our class. It's in this moment of pause, of intentional connection, that we acknowledge the practice of yoga itself. We acknowledge how this practice opens up so many doors of insight and awareness and clarity for us. We acknowledge how this practice helps us to experience mindfulness through moving meditation, through breath awareness, through connecting to our bodies in a new way, building that intimate, loving relationship. So in deep, deep, deep gratitude for this practice of yoga, how it helps to quiet the mind, connect to the body, and bring us into awareness of the breath. Let's take one more inhale all together. Fill your lungs all the way up. And one more open mouth exhale to release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion, and may our own practices serve as our own teachers, our personal guides in living more authentically, loving more deeply, and seeing more clearly each and every day. Thank you so much for being here, for taking this time to move and breathe and connect. And namaste.